Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Powered by Pink Dreams. I'm super excited to be here tonight. My name is Alyssa O'Neill, and I am the Senior Pink Cadillac Sales Director of the Audacious Achievers Unit. And tonight we are featuring some of the consultants in our unit who are really powered by Pink Dreams. That's where the name of the event comes from. And tonight I'm going to introduce you to, it was going to be three of my best consultant friends here, but one of them had something pop up. So you're going to meet two of them, Beth and Allison, and I can't wait for you to get to know them. If you have any questions, you can throw your questions in the comment section, but tonight is designed for you to ask questions. The other thing that we're going to do tonight that I'm really excited for, or if you are watching this video at another time, is I want you to grab a piece of paper, okay, and make a little tic-tac-toe board, okay? So it's going to look like this, all right? It's going to look like that, like a little hashtag sign. And during the event tonight, as you're watching, if there's something that stands out to you, I want you to write it in one of the spaces on the board. Okay. And your goal is going to be to fill up your hashtag board with things that just stand out to you, that you hear from these two ladies. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit at the end. Allison's going to interview me, so that's going to be fun. But do that. And then if you fill your entire board, I want you to take a picture of it and send it to your consultant, and you are going to get a free gift from her just for doing that. Okay. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up our very first guest, and she is in the car. So you might see some things moving behind her, but let me see if I can bring her up, if it's going to work. Beth, are you there? Can you hear me?
I'm here. Hello?
Okay. Yay, there she is. Okay, now I can see you. Hello. So this is my beautiful friend, Beth White Knight, and I'm going to let her tell you all about her. But first, Beth, share with them why you're in the car, because you weren't supposed to be in the car when we were doing this, but tell them what came up. Mary Kay, yeah, she always asked us to do faith, family, and career. So what's going on tonight for you?
So tonight is family. My son went to camp for the first time ever away from home without anybody, longest time. And we were supposed to pick him up tomorrow night, and the camp called. And as the day went on today, he was getting more and more homesick, and they couldn't pull him out of it. So we are headed about an hour and a half away to pick up my son from camp, about 18 hours ahead of schedule. So that is the joy of doing what we do, is I have the freedom to do this. I could hop in the car. I didn't have to worry about getting up tomorrow morning for a different job or anything, or having to call off or find a replacement. It was just, okay, then we're going right now.
Yep, that's awesome. Well, I am just so proud of you for making a decision to be able to be where you need to be when you need to be there. And that's why I told you, Mama Bear needs to go when someone is homesick. And I actually had a similar experience as a child. So I 100% understand. The very first time I went to Girl Scout camp, I called my mom like every day, please come and get me. And so I know this was Craig's first time away. So we appreciate you being on. All right. So tell us, Beth, how were you introduced to Mary Kay products, and what made you decide to do this as a business?
Believe it or not, Alyssa actually introduced me to Mary Kay products. Well, kind of, sort of. I had heard about them and used a few of them when I was a teen, and through moving and being a teen with not a lot of money, I just kind of did what everybody does, and you get the cheap stuff from the store. But there were two products that I always used from Mary Kay, and it was the eye makeup remover and our primer. So we through a course of events, we ended up at the same church as Alyssa for a while. And she and I became Facebook friends because Owen and my Craig are right around the same age. So they were in the same class at church. So the mamas were in the hallway and stuff. So we Facebook friended each other, and she put a post on, I forget what the post was, something about a color portfolio or something.
Mm-hmm.
Messaged her and said, hey, if you ever need a guinea pig for anything, I'm always up for that kind of stuff. And it ended up turning into like a 4-hour house call at my house with the kids playing and Alyssa and I talking, and that just kind of sparked me. And that day I said yes to Mary Kay.
Yes, and it was the beginning of a beautiful friendship that I cherish with you. And Beth just moved across the state, back closer to where she's originally from. No, not originally from. Well, you're kind of closer, aren't you?
No. I was born in Lancaster.
Oh, well, that's true. But then you moved out there before you came here.
I'm closer to where my parents currently are, yes.
Yes, where her parents currently are. Now they are closer, but that means that she's farther from us. So I haven't gotten to see Beth face to face in a long time, but I'm hoping to get out there to see her very soon. But that's just the beauty of this business, is that you can take it anywhere. And so I know that for Beth, that's been a blessing, just because she moved, 3.5 hours across to the other side of the state, she can still keep those same customers. So that's such an awesome thing. All right. So next question that I have for you, Beth, is, was there anything that you were nervous about to start your own Mary Kay business?
Yes, I have never, ever done anything like this in my life. My business experience consisted of being a secretary receptionist. I got married when I was 19, so I went from living with mom and dad to living with my husband, and I have been privileged enough to not have to work. So my working experience is like, I'm a secretary receptionist, and that's it. Like, that's all I know. So this was completely different than anything I have ever done.
Yes, absolutely. And so what did you find though? So like, you were nervous about that, but were you still able to kind of tiptoe in and see what would happen despite not having any kind of like business sort of experience?
I don't think I tiptoed. I think I ran.
You did. I was hoping you were going to say that.
I think I ran. Alyssa came to my house with me to do my launch party, and she's like, "Why did you have me here? You didn't need me. You could do this all on your own."
Yes, absolutely.
So I found that because I love what Mary Kay products stand for and the company. And Alyssa and I were just talking about this the other day.
We were.
Because that love for that spills over, and I get super excited about sharing that with ladies and sometimes guys, depending on what the event is.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I love it. And what brings you joy in your business? You kind of just touched on this, but what really brings you joy? Like, what do you love about doing this?
I love the fact that every single product that Mary Kay sells has gone through so much research and so much care, and that I can confidently tell my customers that no matter what happens, we stand behind it and we will work with you to get the right product for you. We take care of that. It's not your grandma's return policy. It's you work with me, I work with you until we get it right, no matter how many times it takes. I love the fact that when I tell them how much research has gone into it, their eyes get like really big. They don't, because other companies don't do that. Yeah. And we do. I love that.
Yes, I love that too. And that helps us, I think, share this product and serve others with confidence, because we know that the company 100% backs those products as well. So I love that you shared that. So what's the biggest thing you've learned about yourself through the process of building your own Mary Kay business?
I can do this.
Yes.
I know what to do. I can do it. I am capable of doing it. Just because I've not done something before doesn't mean I can't do it now.
Yes.
That I have learned, I don't mean to sound morbid, but if something would happen to my husband, I can run and I can do this and I can support my 2 kids and I don't have to worry about what's going to happen.
Yes, absolutely. And I love that you said that. And it is that thing of proving to ourselves sometimes that we are capable of doing something that's so foreign to us and so new to us. And that even though you had never done anything like this before, you 100% can do this, because it's 100% a skills-based business. So I tell people, if you can learn how to drive a car or ride a bike or cook or any of those things, like, you too can run your own Mary Kay business, because as long as you're coachable, teachable, and trainable, you can do it. So, and I'm so proud of you because you really have stepped out of your comfort zone since that first day that we met and had that 4-hour facial. You've grown so much in your confidence, and just, Beth has the most servant heart. She probably has one of the most servant hearts out of anyone that I know. And I think it's because her and her family are so deeply rooted in ministry. And, because of that, Beth is able to serve others through this business. And it brings me joy to watch you do that. So I think that's super cool. Okay. So what dreams have you already had happen because of your Mary Kay business? Are there any pink dreams that have already happened for you?
It's teaching myself that I could do this. I don't know that was a dream, but looking back, that is something that is huge. Again, knowing that I don't have to fear and worry about what's going to happen.
Yes.
I know right at the beginning, right when you and I met, because of a job change that we had no control over, we had right about $2,000 on a credit card, which we try not to do. I was able to pay that off within 2 months without having to touch my husband's salary.
Yes. And I remember,
seriously.
Yeah, I remember when we had that conversation. It was actually the day that we met for the facial, and you were like, I would love if this could take care of this credit card. And I said, that's going to be your why. Right now, that will be your passionate goal, that you can make that happen for your family. So I'm super proud of you that you did that. And it can happen in however long you set. I think that's an awesome thing. And so you jumped in full in and you were running, and it really helped to make that dream come true. So achieving that dream in your life already in your business, what are some future dreams that you have because of your pink bubble?
I want a pink Cadillac.
Yeah. I want you to have a pink Cadillac. I want Emma to have a pink Cadillac. Emma
would go crazy. She would die.
She would eat up that pink Cadillac. She is such that girly girl. Now, she's not a girly girl. She does have, the things that she but she is just all about things that sparkle and are pretty. And a pink Cadillac sure is one of those things. So I know that she would love that.
She would want to put glitter on it. The only thing that could make it better was if it was sparkly pink.
Yes, she would. So tell me, why do you want a pink Cadillac? What does a pink Cadillac represent to you? What does it mean?
I don't want to say that I made it, but that I made it. Because I know once we get it, we still have to work. It's not like you're there and you get to coast or anything. But to me, it's just it be proving to myself that I did it, that I got there, that I achieved it, and I touched lives along the way. And because it's not just about slinging lipsticks out the door. You don't get to pick Cadillac without building relationships with your customers and with the consultants that are under you. Mm-hmm. So it would just be the lives that I touched underneath me.
Yeah, absolutely. I always say that every free car that I've earned, I say, is a representation of the lives that were touched along the way, because there just are so many in so many different ways. And so I love that you have that on your pink goal poster for one day. And I know that you are 100% capable of doing that. So Beth, thank you so much for being on. If you are one of Beth's guests, you can share just one of the reasons why you know that Beth is just, such a great consultant. What do you think about Beth makes her such a great consultant that you want to have a relationship with her as a customer? Because she really does focus on her customers and what she can do for them. So Beth, I'm so proud of you always. And thank you for hopping on still tonight, even though you're on your way to pick up Craig. I already told Jay, thanks for driving. We appreciate your time. And tell Craig we said hi, okay?
I will do that. Thank you.
All right. Bye. Okay, so our next consultant that I'm going to be bringing on is a newlywed. I was actually in her wedding. I got the joy of being a part of her special day, and that was a lot in part because of this pink bubble that we have become so close. And I am talking about Miss Allison Tenaglia. She's going to correct me on that. I can't say her new last name. It's hard, but I'm going to bring her up on screen. She is a full-time teacher. Here she comes. Hello, Allison. So Allison, how do you say it?
Tenalia.
Tenalia. Oh, I'm gonna get it. The G is silent. I just have to keep telling myself the G is silent, and I will get there. All right. Well, Allison, I'm so excited to have you here next. And what's funny too is Allison and Beth are close friends, and they've become close friends through Mary Kay. They did not know each other previous to Mary Kay, but they've become roomies. They've roomed at events together, and so it's so funny that you guys are back to back tonight. But Allison, I am so excited to have you share because you are a newlywed. You are not a mother yet, so you don't have any children or anything like that. It's you and Phil and Piper. You're a dog mom, so she is a mother to her dog Piper. Yes, her fur baby. And so, Allison, I'm excited to ask you pretty much the same questions that I asked Beth. And so guess what I want you to see is the difference between everyone, because everyone's experience is different. Okay. So Allison, how were you introduced to Mary Kay products, and what made you decide to start a Mary Kay business?
So my story is definitely very different from Beth on this one.
Yes.
So I actually was introduced to the products through a drawing. I put my name into a drawing at a table at a teacher appreciation event. Didn't think anything of it because I don't win anything. And I actually did. I won a Mary Kay gift card and a gift card to the teacher store. But that's a side thing. And I just fell in love with product after product. And I became a frequent flyer at guest events. And I just fell in love with the culture. I loved the fun of it. I loved all of the friendships, the camaraderie. And I actually didn't make my own decision to join. I definitely did in my head, but I'm such an overthinker that I didn't say yes until my now husband, Phil, who is awesome, he actually gifted me the starter kit and said, "You've been talking about this forever. Here, just do it. And if you, as I say, what if I suck at it? If you suck at it, you didn't lose anything. It was your birthday present from me."
Right. So. Yes, and I love that. It was so funny. I still remember when Phil wanted to gift you with that. And I was like, that's the sweetest thing ever. And so I was like, but we have to tell her first because she has to sign her independent beauty consultant agreement. And he was like, oh, okay. So it was so fun to just work with him to make that happen for you because you did love to attend our events and we loved having you at them. Was there anything specific that you were nervous about with starting this business?
Oh my goodness. There were probably so many things, but what really kind of stood out to me was time. I was so overwhelmed. I was a new English teacher, so I had a ton of prep work in terms of all of the classes that I was teaching that were new, and that meant a ton of grading. I was an after-school program teacher, and I was a yearbook advisor. So I had so much on my plate, I didn't know how I could fit anything else, that I had convinced myself, well, you have to have so much time to do this and be good at it.
Yeah. So what did you find after Phil, said, I'm going to gift you this, and you already kind of had that in the back of your head? What did you find?
I found that I could really just work it in when it worked for me. I knew that if it was April was PSSAs and the yearbook was due. So April, I was not doing too much with Mary Kay, maybe 1 or 2 appointments on the weekends. Other than that, I wasn't working it, but that's okay. As soon as May was over, June, July, August, I was Mary Kay full time and I loved it. I just did it in the little pockets of time that I had, and I knew when I couldn't work, I didn't have to.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And you just experienced this too, because Allison not only just got married, She also just bought a house just like 3 weeks before her wedding, which she's now sitting in. We're so excited for her to finally, because it's been a wait. Okay. They've been looking for a house for a long time. And so it was like, buy the house, hurry up so that it could be ready for the wedding. And it was the end of your school year teaching. So there was just so much on your plate, and you have built yourself to have a customer base that allowed you to say, hey, I got to pull back what I'm doing new right now with my business, and I'm going to service my current customers and get this house up and running and get this wedding over with in a way, because it's been a long awaited wedding. Allison had to push her wedding another year off because of COVID. And so now though, like you're, right back into your swing of things. So it's really nice that we do have that freedom and flexibility. And I love watching consultants walk that out. Like I love it, really, like just seeing that, because people sometimes will tell you that, but you don't, then like it's one way. You think it's going to be one way, but then it's really not. But with this, it's like they say that and you can really do that. And I think it's such a blessing.
Definitely.
So what brings you the most joy in your business?
There are so many things, but probably the biggest one is just the confidence that I can help like my friends and my customers find in their own skin. Not just like, oh yeah, I love this lipstick shade. We all just feel that pump when we have a really good eye look or really like rockin' lip color. But I love, there's a siren going off, so if you hear that, I'm sorry.
Real life.
I love when I won't say any names, but one of my favorites was I had a mother who had bought skincare for her daughter because she had just been having, really right now? There are so many fire trucks. Oh my goodness. But she had been having so much trouble with her skin, and she was actually losing confidence. She was a dancer. She didn't want to get new headshots because she hated the way her skin looked. And the mom texted me, thank you so much. She is a different person. Her skin is clear. She wanted and asked me to go get new headshots for dance. Look at them. It is gorgeous. She has no makeup on here. Like, it just melted my heart how much feeling good in her skin could change that little girl's outlook.
Yes. Yeah, that is so awesome. And I think that sometimes when we're in front of people, well, during COVID, we weren't in front of people as much, like face to face, toe to toe, but we were on screen. I think part of that I've heard you tell me too is you can almost see a woman's confidence change sometimes right in the mirror. And just that, satisfaction of knowing that you're really helping someone and serving them is just such an added blessing of this business. So I love that you shared that. What's the biggest thing you've learned about yourself in the process of building a Mary Kay business?
I think I actually said this to you a couple days ago. Like, I am not the same person that signed up for Mary Kay than I am today. Not even close. And like, I really learned that I am a leader and I can accomplish anything. Like, I got on a plane and flew to Dallas without Phil, without my mother, without my best friend, Jenna, who goes through everything with me. Like, I did it. I got there. It was terrible, but I did it.
You made it and you had an awesome time.
I did. I really did. But I was so shy. I was so quiet. I even, my husband said to me one time, like, wait, you didn't know that lady that you went to her house and did a party? It's like, no. Oh my God, you never would have done that. I was like, I know, but I did it.
I know. And I am so proud of you. I do think about, where you were. I still remember it was like one of your, I think it was your very first guest event. It was at the Lodge in Pottsville. And I just remember you being like, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm here and I have guests and I hope you're just going to tell them what they need to do because I don't really know. And now, oh my goodness, if you were at a guest event, you'd be like, it's okay, Alyssa. What part am I doing? Like, your confidence in yourself, in the products even more, in the way that you can serve other people. I mean, yes, you 100% are way different in a really great way. And it's just been such a blessing to watch, because I've actually known Allison since her mother, like she was in her mother's womb. Like it's a long time that I've known her. And so I'm just so proud of you. It's been such a joy to watch that happen to you through this business. So tell me, what are some dreams that you've already achieved? What pink dreams have you achieved because of your Mary Kay business?
So, I mean, I'm in a house.
Yeah.
I have my own house. I have a new car. I was driving quite a beater. It had 180,000 miles on it. I had a wedding. Now, of course, I have a home loan and a car loan, but I have zero debt from my wedding. And I was able to do that because I had my Mary Kay business. Even if it wasn't like, oh, I'm writing the check for the vendor from my Mary Kay account. It was, oh, I can buy groceries with my Mary Kay account. Oh, that bill popped up. I got it. Oh, we need a little bit more for flowers because I wanted roses. Here, I'll go do a couple parties.
There you go. Exactly. That flexibility. And it's funny because one of my driving forces was to pay for my wedding through my business. And so it is such a nice thing to have that side hustle income that allows you to know that if you need extra or you need more, you can just go out and get it. So I love that you shared that. And so I'm wondering, what dreams do you have now for future because of your pink bubble?
So I have, just like Beth, I have big dreams, but mine is specifically to become a director like you, because of how much I really realized I love being a leader and I want to be more of a leader. And if I am a Mary Kay director, that means I work from home most of the time. And I do want to be a mama.
Yes.
I want to be that mama bear that Beth is going to be to pick up her baby tonight. So I want to stay home with them like my mom did.
Yes.
So I would love to have that. That is my pink dream, to work my Mary Kay business and stay home with my babies at least for a little while.
Yes, I love that. And it is such a blessing, especially when you got to be home with your mom.
Yeah.
Like, you know what that relationship was like when you were little, and just having her there. And so I'm so excited to be able to help you, mentor you, coach you to live that dream out in your life. And I'm just so proud of all of you have already accomplished in your Mary Kay business. So many things that our guests wouldn't necessarily understand because they're more of some of your Mary Kay accomplishments. But right. Allison has been just so consistent in her business, and she just has this work ethic, and she's a tremendous leader. And she really does strive to make an impact on other people's lives, just like she makes an impact with her students in the classroom. She knows and sees that she can have that same effect, but in a different way through her Mary Kay business. And so it's been such a joy to see you walk that out. So thank you so much, Allison, for sharing. And I don't know if our other guest is going to be able to hop on. So Allison, I'm going to let you ask. Oh, there she is. She's there. I see her face. So I'm going to we'll skip my part, Allison. Okay. So I'm going to let you hop off, and I'm going to bring up our next guest. Thank you, Allison.
Bye.
Bye. All right. So our next person is my gorgeous, she's actually my cousin, Messina. I'm going to bring her on the screen. There she is. Hi. And Messina is all the way from Western PA too. So that's so cool because I'm in Eastern PA. Messina's in Western PA. Beth's actually closer to Messina than she is to us now. Right. And so I'm just so excited to have Messina on tonight because this girl is on fire, like fire. So I just can't wait for you to hear from her. Messina is a busy stay-at-home mom, but she has kids that are in all different stages of life, you guys. She has 2 little ones. She has a teenager. And then how old is your oldest? He's 20 or 21?
23.
23. He's older. Yeah. So she's a grandma, as we call it in Mary Kay. And how old is your grandchild? Tell them.
She just turned 7 months. 7 months. Yeah.
Yes.
It's hard to track because I got to keep track of my own kids' age. But yeah.
Exactly. But I'm just so excited for you to hear from Messina because she is a find a way, make a way kind of woman. So, Messina, share with them, how were you introduced to Mary Kay products and what made you decide to start this as a business?
I was introduced by you because I was looking, well, now it's 3 years ago. I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to find a stay-at-home job. Like, I wanted to be home with my daughter. And little did I know COVID would hit, and then most people will be working from home. So
Mm-hmm.
I it'll be like a year and a little bit coming up that I've actually been able to be home due to COVID and then being laid off, and then talking with my fiance and being able to just continue to stay home and take care of the little one. So that's what I've been doing. So that the Mary Kay has definitely helped. I've been able to pick it up. I was kind of just doing it, when I can, just for fun, see where I can go with it. And then I just kind of really fell in love with um, how I was able to be able to make me like bring out my creativity and different things that I enjoy doing. I was able to continue to do that. So I enjoy and thankful I'm able to be home with them.
Yes, and Messina is super creative. If you don't, you should follow her on all of the social medias because I think she's on all of them. She knows how to use them. I don't. I'm always like, how did you make that video? How did you do that? She's just so creative, and I love that. It's just such an awesome quality to see come out in you, especially over this last year as we've been going through the pandemic. So tell me this. Was there anything that you were nervous about with starting this as a business?
Oh, yeah, all of it.
All the things.
For one, I didn't wear any kind of makeup. And that was the thing. I'm like, this can't be for me because I didn't wear makeup. I really wasn't into skincare. I mean, a little bit for like prom and homecoming. But after that, my nails came off, my makeup came off, and it was back to basketball. So that was something different for me. And once I learned that what everybody tells you, it's so much more than that, then I was able to kind of dive in and find my own way through it. And I think that's one thing with this. You have to find your own way. I have people all the time be like, I don't know if I can do it like you. I'm like, you shouldn't look like mine because you're not me. So once you
Right.
get it, find that you're able to put your own spin on it. Yeah, we're all selling the same products, but the way you go about it, um, the way you learn it, the way you tell it to your family, your friends, your customers, your group, whatever, that's all you. So, um,
Yeah,
yeah,
we're each unique in that. And so
right,
I think it's fun to see that displayed through each person too. Because what I love about this is like we are a company where if you have an idea and I have an idea and we share them with each other, now we have two ideas, right? And so we share what each other is doing and then we each take pieces of that fit for us and make it work. And so I've just been able to really watch you do that this past year. And you truly are like on fire in your business, just figuring out how can I serve other women? Like, how can I be the light for others in dark
right,
times? And you've definitely done that. And that's been such a
yeah.
joy to watch. What brings you joy in your business?
Mm. What brings me joy is being able to, like I said, I love to be in the creativity part, but like when people are like satisfied with the service,
Yeah.
with the product, like that to me is like, wow. Like, I remember my first facial, the lady came to my house and she was around the table. I'm not going to say her name, but she was a friend, but I didn't see her in like years. And here to find out, we lived a couple streets away. And um she cried a little bit. Like she was saddened, like not sad, but like happy. And she was like, oh my gosh, it's been so many years since I spent time and actually took time to myself. And so when she left, I like screamed so loud, and the kids were like upstairs at the time. This is when we did things in the home. They're like, Mom, what's going on? What's going on? And I was like, this is what I was meant to do. Like, I didn't know about the skincare, the makeup, or anything, but that feeling of making somebody feel appreciated, I've always found joy in that. Even in my job as a behavior therapist, like when I had small little increments of growth with the clients and the families that I work with, like that's what took me back every day. So
Mm-hmm.
doing that same thing in my business, finding the right skincare, getting them their specialized skincare, and just the fact that they're able to come back, different things like that. Like, that's where I find joy, and that's what motivates me to keep going. And the fact that I can do it from home and be outside with my kids all day, all sweaty, and then put on a little makeup or whatever. Yeah.
Yes, I love that, because you have no idea. This girl is always running around with her kids. Like, they're always doing something. The kids are always having a blast in the background. Our daughters are so similar. They're all up in our stuff. Like, there's not a Mary Kay product that they don't love.
Right.
So I love that. So tell us, what's the biggest thing you've learned about yourself in the process of building a Mary Kay business so far?
Just growth. I really started out, I didn't know anything. And then the fact that I'm able to like bring people on that kind of trust in me to help guide them through their own business or through their own products. And people are calling me, asking me questions. I'm like, never thought I would know anything about skincare. So I would say that, like, just the knowledge, being able to have that right there and available to you, and falling in love with the products as well, having such great success through my own skin journey.
My goodness.
Yeah.
So
people
crazy.
think, oh, your skin. And I'm like, but when you look back at old pictures and different things like that, you really do see the growth in your own skin and different things by using great products for a long time. So that is, yeah.
You did a before and after picture recently, just this past week, I think, on your Facebook. And I was like, I had to like keep going back through the different pictures you shared. And I was like, oh my goodness, like your skin is gorgeous. Like you are you're always glowing. Messina always has this healthy glow to her skin. When you did the side by sides, I was like, wow, like look at how much your skin has changed with just some of those changes that you've made to your skincare. It's huge. And then your son, when you shared his journey, I think that was Clinical Solutions. I think he's been using to help with some acne. I mean, the changes are just, it's insane. And it really does change our confidence level too. And so you've always been confident in my mind. I don't know how you feel, but like, I've always seen you as like this confident person, but just your growth since you have become a consultant has been huge. And so much fun to watch. So tell us, what dreams have you made happen because of your Mary Kay business?
I don't even know. I probably have to go back and look, but I mean, for one, I've been able to be home. The expense is not all on me, but even the thought of even thinking, even coming up with the, being able to go to my fiance and be like, oh, I want to stay home. Like, I don't know. I don't know if that would happen if I'm like, I didn't have like another game plan, but definitely helped. What else? Oh, I've play set for the kids. It's nice just to have an extra, like, money coming in, like my Cash App, my Venmo's kind of popping a little bit, like, but it's nice, like, because before with my job, like, you go to work, you have your 2 weeks, you get your paycheck, but there wasn't no time for extra, you know what I mean? So it's nice to be able to, like, sell a product off your shelf, or somebody needs some, oh yeah, I got that, and pick up an extra $20 or whatever, $50 or whatever, like, it's nice. Like, it's not, right now it's not like tons of money, but it's nice to be able to have that extra. So
absolutely.
I'm enjoying that.
What dreams do you have for the future because of your business?
So like my big goal, which my customers know this, because this is something, I'm just going to read this, but this is a tag that I put on all my orders. Every time you place an order with me, you are supporting my small business, helping me provide for my family, create a living legacy for my grandmother, and ultimately fulfilling my dream of building a facility that will encompass a multitude of opportunities for children in all walks of life. So my big goal is to eventually be able to have a facility that I could have for all the kids. Like I worked with kids that had special needs and different things like that. And there's just not a lot of opportunity. People that, so to have those opportunities for people in like a facility. And then also my grandma, I would love to like leave a home in her name or something along those lines, like that we could continue to remember her by every time. So I don't have all the logistics worked out, but I definitely do have things that kind of excite me in my business and keep me motivated to keep going. So
yes. And I still remember when you realized that that was what you really wanted to do through your business. And I think that that's such a game-changing moment when you realize that like what you're doing with this business, that this is the vehicle that can help you to dream bigger than maybe you would have if you didn't have this vehicle to do that. So I can't wait to watch that big dream come to fruition, because I just know that God would not have placed that dream in your heart if there wasn't the opportunity for it to come true. And so I know that you can make that happen. I want to thank you, Messina, for being on with us tonight. Thank you so much. It's so much fun. Everybody say bye to Messina. And I'm going to pop Allison back up here for a quick minute, and I'm going to let her interview me so that some of you who don't know me can learn a little bit about me. But before we do that, I just want to remind you that if you're a guest watching, you want to do this hashtag board and you want to be filling it in with just different things that the speakers have said that resonate with you, like what really stands out to you, because each one of them was so different. And I think that sometimes we can see a little bit of ourselves in each person. So excited. All right, Allison, game on. Now I'm in the hot seat.
You are in the hot seat. So now tell us, Alyssa, how were you introduced to the products and what made you decide to start your very own Mary Kay business? Because I mean, not me directly, but the other two speakers are in Mary Kay because of you directly.
Yes, exactly. So I think that for me, how I got introduced to the products was as a bride-to-be. And I was getting my best guy friend, his aunt, reached out to me on Facebook and asked me if I had anybody doing my makeup for my wedding, or if I had thought about makeup for my wedding, because she did that aside of her Mary Kay business. And I said, no, I hadn't even thought about that because I didn't wear makeup and I didn't wash my face with anything at the time. And so I was like, sure, you can come over and show me some things. And then I was like, what did I just get myself into? I'm definitely canceling on her. This is not going to go well. I'm going to break out, like all the things. She came. I ended up falling in love with the products, washed my face. Well, I didn't wash my face. I got in the shower the next morning. I tried the products like mid-afternoon the day before. Got in the shower the next morning, which tells you I didn't wash my face before I went to bed, because I didn't wash my face with anything. And when the water hit my face, it felt absolutely amazing. And I was like, whatever she put on my face, I need that. And when she presented me with the options, to me at that time, it made way more sense to just get a starter kit, because I could get all of these products for the same price that I was going to pay for 4 pieces of a skincare set. And the skincare set was in what I wanted, along with the oil-free eye makeup remover that I fell in love with. So it just made sense. So that was how I got introduced to the products. And really, that was why I decided to start my own business, because I was like, well, if it's all in there, sign me up. I didn't really have any ambitions of actually doing it as a business at first.
I know, because we have the same fear. What if I suck?
Yes, that was my big fear. So if your next question is going to be, what were you nervous about? Well, I was nervous about what if I was terrible? Like, what if I really was not cut out for this? I had never done anything like this before. I mean, I was a Girl Scout, so I guess I sold Girl Scout cookies. But in all honesty, my mom sold those for me. Like, I really didn't do a whole lot of that. And every fundraiser that I ever did, my mom really helped me with that too. So there wasn't a whole lot of anything that I'd ever done like this at all. And I didn't wear makeup. So I was like, how am I going to teach other people about a company where there's makeup involved? I washed my face with water. So I didn't even really know what a cleanser did. So there was that problem. But what I learned was that there was a mentor, or the information was there for me every step of the way when I needed it. And so I didn't have to have all of the answers up front. I was able to learn and grow, just like a kid, as we teach them as they go. Like I have a 1-year-old right now. She's not my only child, but one of my 4. And, she's learning. Yeah, 4, craziness. She's learning as she goes. And I feel like that's how I started out in this business. I was kind of like an infant, like I was just learning how to walk. And then it kind of just went on from there. And then I got going, and it just, then I was running, like, just how it worked. So but that's what I was initially nervous about.
Understandable. But you've come so far since then. You wash your face religiously.
Yes. Religiously. Like when I went into the hospital to have all of my kids, I'll never forget the one night. I don't remember which kid it was, but the one I went in, I'm like, I need to get up because I need to get into the bathroom to wash my face. And the nurse was like, really? And I was like, yeah, I don't go to bed without washing my face. So it doesn't matter how tired I am. And now that we have the micellar water, hallelujah, because if I am super tired, I can just take it all off with that and not even have to worry about anything else, and then wash my face with my regular hair in the morning. So it's all good.
Right?
Yes.
All right. So tell us, what brings you joy in your business?
Oh my gosh. Well, this has changed throughout the years, I'll have to say. And I am so excited because I'll be celebrating my 12th anniversary in Mary Kay on July 31st, which seems like I must be really old. I'm 33. So that tells you that I was 20. I was 22 when I started my business. I'll be 34 this year. So it will be 12 years. It all makes sense. I was like, wait, is my math right? No, it is. So it'll be 12 years. And my joy has been different in different seasons. So I think initially when I started my business, what brought me joy was just being able to, provide extra income for our family, taking some of that financial burden off of my husband, helping to pay for our wedding, in terms of like how it impacted my life. In terms of how it impacted others, was I loved seeing someone's confidence. Hey, Messina. I'm watching the comments. I loved seeing other women's confidence levels change right in front of me. I'll never forget. It was one of my very first customers. It was right after we launched a new acne skincare line. And she told me that when she was in high school, kids would call her pizza face and she would get made fun of all the time. And she was like, I really hope that what you're going to give me, to try, I really hope that it's going to, help me if I try this. And I was like, well, listen, you're going to get to try it. It's 100% satisfaction guarantee all the time. So if you feel like it's not working for you, we'll figure it out. And it was about 3 weeks later, she messaged me and she was like, Alyssa, I've been getting so many compliments on my skin because it is already cleared up so significantly. Like, you have no idea. I have never felt this good in my own skin. And that was just such like a goosebump moment for me, because I had no idea that I could have such an impact on other people through these products in that way. As I've transitioned into leadership in Mary Kay and becoming a sales director, I would say what brings me the most joy, that just oozes out of my body, is watching the consultants that I mentor achieve success in their business. Like it's like birthing a child, and literally just watching like that same pride you feel for your own children. That's how I feel about the women who I mentor. And it's so important to me that I know their husbands and their kids and their families, and just, just knowing that I have this vehicle that allows me to impact another woman's home is such a huge deal. Because when you mentor a woman who is like me when I started this business, if it weren't for Jen Albertini mentoring me, I would not be the mom that I am today. I would not be the wife I am today. I wouldn't be the sister, the friend. it's because of that relationship that I am who I am today. And so I love that I have that responsibility in leadership in Mary Kay. It's something that I take super, super seriously. And I'm just so proud of everyone that I lead. And I'm always so humbled that God has placed these specific women in my life at this time. And I just think like that's such a responsibility that I'm just so serious about. So that's what brings me joy in my business.
Yes, and we all love you and we appreciate you and we are so proud of you because I've been in for over 3 years and I've seen you grow as a leader. Like I've seen you not in the same way, but like if you've ever watched like your parents become like different people from raising you as like a child to continue raising you as an adult, it's the same way. Like I get what you do now more behind the scenes than I did at the beginning, and it's just the evolution is definitely.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. It's definitely like being a parent, because it's like for my first team members, I definitely wasn't the leader that I am now 6.5 years later as a sales director. I've definitely grown in my leadership. And it's just like that with my kids. Like I was probably not as good of a mom in some areas with Owen as I am with Emmy. And there's also things that like, I would be like, oh my gosh, Owen, don't touch that. Whereas Emmy, I'm like, oh, it's okay. She's eating dirt. No big deal. Sand at the beach. It's okay. Give her a drink of water. Wash that down. Like it's just totally different. But, it's such an awesome journey to be a part of. And it's not just a journey. I know deep down in my heart for me that this is a calling that I've been called to do. And so to be able to walk that out in faith and knowing that this is where I'm supposed to be is just so fulfilling. So I love that.
Definitely. All right. Next question. What is the biggest thing that you learned about yourself?
Oh my gosh. So this is like a big question. What's the biggest thing I've learned about myself? I think is that similar to Beth is that I'm capable, like, and that I deserve things. You know, when I came into this business, I was in a really dark place with my self-esteem. I was nowhere near the person that I am today. I was a part of 2 domestically violent relationships as a teenager and in my early 20s before I met my now husband. And those 2 relationships really affected how I thought about myself as a person, as opposed to how I used to think about myself years before those experiences happened. And so I feel like through this business, I've been able to re-find me and raise my own deserve level, all while raising my confidence level. And I really think that that's such a blessing for my kids that I have been able to kind of be raised in a Mary Kay pink bubble, because the women that I've had the ability to surround myself with since I'm 22 years old has made a tremendous difference in my life. And I would not be the mom. Like I had 2 boys first and now I have 2 girls. And it's like, I'm 100% confident that because I'm a part of this company, that I can raise strong, confident daughters. Yes. And I don't know that I would have been able to say that about myself a decade ago, because that wasn't how I thought. I didn't have the same mindset then that I have now. I didn't think the way that I do now then. Mm-hmm. So there's just so much that's changed. And that's been the biggest thing that I've learned about myself over the last couple of years.
Definitely. And that's invaluable.
Yes, 100%. I always tell people this is literally like the best self-development course you can give yourself.
Completely.
Yes, like time management, money management, people skills. Like it's so much more than skincare and color cosmetics. Again, I always say that is the vehicle for your pink dreams, like, or what you want to become in the process. Like that's just the thing that helps to get you there.
Right. Exactly. I know we have all just been completely molded by this in so many ways than just saleswomen.
Yes, exactly. So much more than that.
Definitely. And now this next question, I know there are a lot, but what dreams have you already accomplished because of your Mary Kay business?
So some dreams I've already accomplished because of Mary Kay is that I am able to be a work from home, stay at home mom. I mean, that was my dream. Like that fueled my fire from probably like my very first weeks as a new consultant in this business was I saw women who were becoming stay-at-home work from home moms. And for me, that was always a dream of mine growing up. For like the first 8 or 9 years of my life, my mom was a single mom, and my grandmother helped to raise me because my mom worked full time and, you know, had to go out and make money for our family. And so my grandmother and I had this amazing bond and relationship, and I wanted to have that amazing bond and relationship with my own children. And prior to Mary Kay, I was a physical therapist assistant. So I worked, you know, every third weekend. I worked holidays. I worked all of that. And I really didn't know before this opportunity, how would I ever make that dream happen? Because my husband at the time with the job he had, like we both would have had to work. They would have had to go to daycare if we had children. So the fact that that dream has come to fruition through this business is huge. Such a blessing. And then the other dream for me has been to, like I pay my mortgage with my Mary Kay money. I pay household bills with my Mary Kay money. And I'm very intentional about that. So this isn't just like, it for me right now and for a long time, it's not just me bringing in a couple extra $100 for some fun stuff here and there. I've literally been intentional about building a business that puts food on the table for my family and pays our bills. And so that's been a blessing because to have that freedom and flexibility allows me the opportunity to have the choices to be where I want to be when I feel I need to be there. And I think that that's huge. So like this past year, I wanted to be a homeschool mom. That was just what I wanted to do. And because of this business, it gave me the opportunity to do that. So such a blessing.
Yes, that's so awesome. I'm like trying to follow in your footsteps. It's not the homeschool part.
No, not the homeschool part. My kids are going back to school this year. This year, they are excited to be heading back to school. But what a lesson that was for me too. Like there's just so much growth happened for them, for me. Like it was so awesome. And such an appreciation that I've gained for other homeschool moms like Beth. Like she was such a help to me this past year. Like, and that's the other thing about this pink bubble. It's the relationships that you develop with women who are so different from you, but that, you know, can really like breathe belief into you and support and all of that. It's just so life-changing. So I appreciate that so much.
It is the most, like, it's the most comfortable bubble. Like you just walk in there and it's like this giant hug from everybody.
Yes.
It's lovely.
Absolutely.
All right. Final question.
Yes.
What dreams do you have for your life in the future because of your Mary Kay business?
Okay. So what dreams do I have for myself in the future? Well, my big, big dream that I have for myself in the future is to one day live at the beach. Like I am going to one day, this girl will live at a beach. Mark it down, write it down because it's happening. And really our plan, what I really desire to do is to use my Mary Kay money to purchase a home in a beach community and to use it as like an investment property. And then one day retire to a beach. And so that's one of my big, big goals. But the other dream that I have in my heart is to leave a legacy for my family. Yes. And, you know, money isn't everything. It's definitely not, but money does provide you with choices and opportunities. And because of this business, I've seen how growing your Mary Kay business can trickle down and affect other generations of your family. And so that's really what I desire to do for my children and their children. That's some of my really big goals. So yes,
she does. For those that do not know Alyssa, she does already have 2 strong boys, 2 strong girls. Even though Emmy can't really talk yet, she knows what she wants and she goes for it.
Yes, she does. Does she not? Yes, it's kind of crazy. And so that's been so fun too, like to be a mom of 4 and to just be able to be there for my kids when they need me, to be like where I want to be for them, is a huge blessing. So I just love the life I've been able to build because of my Mary Kay business. And I aspire to continue to pass that on to other women. It might not be for the same reasons, but I think that there are so many different reasons why this could be the right fit for a woman, especially in this day and age. Like having a plan B is a great thing because you never know when your plan A might not be there anymore. So
I learned firsthand in the pandemic.
Yes.
I really did.
Yes, it's so crazy. So I want to thank everybody for watching tonight, or if you're watching the recording of this, don't forget, if you were doing your hashtag board, you want to write down what stuck out from you from each speaker and then send a picture of that to your consultant so that we can get you your free gift for listening. But I hope that this tonight helped you to see your consultant in a different way. If any of these ladies are your Mary Kay consultant, and how when you wash your face with Mary Kay products, the impact that you are having on their life and their pink dreams, because it truly is just the greatest blessing to have amazing customers who support our business. It just helps us keep going to be able to do the things that we love to do. And if you have any questions about how to become an independent beauty consultant, you want to reach out to your independent beauty consultant and she can share that information with you. And just the different ways that are available right now that you can start your own Mary Kay business. All right, everybody, have a great night. We hope you had a great time. We'll see you next time. Bye.